just want to welcome everybody. Just reviewing the weekend, I think we showed a lot of progress in some areas, and really had some excellent performances by a lot of players. A lot of guys played extremely hard. Especially up front defensively, we've been doing that all year. Torrey Horton and Avery Morrow, and several of our offensive players had outstanding games, and we did some things that we haven't been doing. The underlying thing about the game is we got to stop doing things that beat ourselves. The penalties and the turnovers and the minus yardage plays are it's killing us. And so we got to show more discipline in those areas. We got to clean those areas up, and we have three opportunities coming up, three very important games, and none bigger than this next one, the border war. We're excited to play this week, come back home and canvas and play Wyoming. Wyoming is a physical team. Offensively, they're led by Titus Swen, running back, really physical running back, does a good job of running downhill. Their tight end, Trayton Welch, really good player. They get the ball to him. And their tackle, Frank Crum, 6'7", 315, got a bunch of starts, really physical, long offensive lineman, really kind of stabilizes their front. Defensively, Devon Harris, defensive end, is one of their better players on that front. 28, Eaton Gibbs, linebacker, really quality player. And then in the back end, Cam Stone. They play a lot of man coverage, try to take the air out of the defense, and really do a good job defensively. Play a similar style that we play, that Freddie plays, and so that's something that we should have some familiarity with, and they'll have familiarity with as well. Coach Bull does a great job. Known him a long time. Runs a quality program. We're excited to be playing in a game that has so much history and importance to so many people, especially here locally. We had a great day today back in the practice field. Adam Pittapel's a former player from Wyoming, so he had the scouting report. And then we had a special guest. We asked Coach Lubick to come in and talk to the team about the history of this rivalry and some of his experiences with it. And I can't thank Coach enough for just sharing that time with our team and our coaches. He's been really supportive of us, and everything we've asked of him, he's been really receptive for. So it's a great week for us. It's an exciting time. I've been a part of a lot of rivalries, and really excited about our first opportunity at this one.
When you go back and you talk about like the penalties, the turnovers, things like, is it a mental thing? Are you looking for more of a mental toughness in your team?
Yeah, I think probably the most important thing that we've wanted to establish this year is mental toughness and discipline. And I just don't think you can play this sport without having those two things. I don't think there's any issue with how hard we're playing. We're playing hard, but we have to play disciplined, and we have to play focused, and we just have to do things better. You're going to have a couple penalties a game. Guys are playing hard, but the procedural penalties on the line of scrimmage and the mental mistakes, we can't have those, and so. We got to continue to fight to eliminate sacks and the minus yardage plays. I thought our quarterbacks did a really good job of running the ball this week, and flushing the pocket and making positive yards. And, we got a couple kids that are pretty athletic, both Clay and Jackson. They can move in the pocket and they can run. But we've got to do a better job of that. That was a really good defensive front we played against, one of the better fronts in our league. And, we did a lot of good things, but we got to clean up those two areas. The first thing you got to do is stop beating yourself, and we didn't do that Saturday.
Those are things you've addressed, obviously, in the past.
Yeah.
What do you do to kind of get guys more in line with those types of things, to be more disciplined?
To play well in games when you're playing against a quality opponent, it comes experience and confidence. And, we don't have a lot of depth right now. And we don't have a lot of experience at some positions. And, we tend to do foolish things at times that we can't do. And, one of the things is it's hard to sit guys down right now when they do something wrong because we don't have really anybody to put in. So that's another part of it. And so the competition is not very good in our rooms right now. We don't have much depth in our rooms, and competition tends to get people's focus a little bit crisper. So there's a lot of factors that go into it, but we have to coach better. I have to do a better job of making that important to our guys, and it takes a lot of energy and effort to play well enough to win, but you also have to play with poise and confidence, and so we have to find that balance.
Speak on the border war. How quick upon your hiring was it before someone mentioned this game to you?
No, it's just it's almost immediate. The rivalry games are so important because they're really about who you are and what you work to be every day. And so I've heard a lot of stories from players about playing for the boot, winning the boot, losing the boot, the feeling it's like to go across that field and get the boot. And so those are things that we work on not just one time a year, but it's what we work on every day and who we are as a program. I just think it's tremendously important to have work ethic and to have a toughness about you. And it's one of the first things when I took this job, I looked at the history of the record and the rivalries and the region and the people you play against. It's you look at it pretty quickly. You have to have a certain toughness about you. You have to have some backbone and some fortitude, how you go about your business every day. And that's how these games are won. You have to control the physicality of the play. You have to control your composure and the mistakes in the game. And that's just the way rivalry games are played. They're very passionate, but at the end of the day, it's who makes the least amount of mistakes and who plays with the most physicality. And so, those are the things that we aspire to work at every day.
See, Wyoming, it seems like every year kind of the same identity, tough defense, run the ball well. So what does it say about Craig Bowl that they just kind of keep doing similar thing and finding pretty decent success?
Yeah, Coach Bowl has a philosophy that he believes in. I think that's a real quality of any coach, is that you can't be great at everything. You have to figure out what you want to be, and then you have to go about, recruiting players to that, and also, working every day to emulate that vision. And so Coach Bowl is really experienced. He knows exactly what he wants to do. Known him a long time. I think the program that he's built reflects the image that he wants it to be. And so, we have a little different vision, but at the same time, we're trying to do the same things. I mean, we're trying to block and tackle and run the football effectively and play good defense. And so those things don't change much. And, I got a lot of respect for Coach Bowl. He actually coached my brother at Wisconsin when he was an assistant there. And I knew him when he was at Nebraska. And so I've known him a long time. I have a lot of respect for what he's done and with his program. And, it's a good measurement for us where we're at. And so we have a big challenge this week. We're excited and looking forward to it and looking forward to Saturday.
The Bronze Boot Run is a big part of the tradition of this game, and then it's going to take place on Veterans Day on Friday. How much are you looking forward to taking part of that, even though I know as a coach you have routine, it probably pulls you out of it?
Yeah, I think it's part of this week. It's what's expected this week. And, I think we all realize we're a part of something bigger than ourselves. It's very humbling to be able to play in this game and be a part of it and to be a part of that ceremony and what it's mean and what it's meant for so many people for over 100 years. This rivalry's been played. And so, I really am humbled to be a part of that. And, I've been a part of a lot of rivalry games. My days at Iowa, I was at Oklahoma for 7 years in the Red River rivalry. I was at Texas for a year, saw the other side of that. You know, it's just a special thing to be a part of a game that's been going on for so long. It's meant so much to so many people. So, and then it's Veterans Day as well. So it adds to it.
I was gonna say, you've been part of so many rivalries. The emotions never change no matter what the rivalry is. It's just the events that go along with each one, correct?
Yeah, most rivalries are in place because of proximity. So there's a lot of familiarity with people that live close to one another, and some bad blood because of it. But the most part, I just think it's a passionate game, and it's a physical game, and it just adds to how special it is to play and compete in it. And you know, you think about all the great coaches and all the great players that have competed in this game over the years, and we have an opportunity to do it now. It just means a lot, and we know it means a lot to our community. We know it means a lot to our alumni and our students, and so we get to go out and represent them on Saturday.
How big is it for you and some of the guys on offense that the plays, like the longer plays, the bigger plays through the air are starting to stack up and come around?
Yeah, I think it's we have a lot of young guys that are getting reps and they're getting better. And you know, we're in November now, and so we're in our third month of the season. You know, guys like Justice Ross Simmons and Lewis Brown and Mekhi Fox and Jordan Williams and all our young quarterbacks, they're starting to get confidence from playing together and practicing together. And so, you know, we still feel like we got breakout games in front of us that are, you know, we're going to start hitting those big plays. We had more explosive plays Saturday than we've had all season. You know, we ran more offensive plays Saturday, 87 plays than we have all season. And I think we should continue to improve and get better. And, you know, I know it's been hard to watch all these young players play on offense, but in the long run, we're going to benefit from it. These kids are going to gain confidence, and we're going to see the benefit of them having played in years to come. And it's hard to see that right now, but Clay's getting better. Clay's still throwing for 70%. You know, you're seeing big plays. I mean, Torrey Horton was outstanding on Saturday, and I think he's the leading receiver in the conference now. Avery had some amazing plays, and those kids played their heart out. You know, I felt badly that we couldn't do enough to have the win for those guys, and but we're getting better offensively, and you know, again, it's more about eliminating the negative, and you know, if we can do that, we're doing plenty of positive to help us win games.
Good.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.